Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because we have breaking news. Bum, bum. We're on storm watch here in Southern California. Isn't that beautiful? That's remnants of Eugene. Storm watch. Okay? We have to plan on getting by with less right now, guys. Everywhere. Get by with less. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. Today we have a sponsor, Private Internet Access. And you better make sure you're on the email list because there's one going out immediately. Okay? So be part of that. The link is below. Let's talk about business right now. A friend of mine, a lifelong friend that I've known since I was a child. And he is really good at what he does. He's in the connectivity cabling business. And I will not say his first name. I will not say the name of the company that he works for. But we had a meal this morning and he was alarmed, to say the least. And I want you to think about this. Connectivity, cabling, data cabling, okay? As a whole, the entire industry right now for 2023 is off right now 50%. What they do is they measure this industry per foot, say so many feet of data cabling, okay? And right now it's off 50%. The last time that they saw a downturn like this was during COVID. Okay, well that makes sense. I guess the economy's not that good, Dan. Well, here's the problem, guys. COVID was off 30%, and that was devastating. There is no infrastructure. There is no building. There is no improving existing buildings. There's nothing. He brought up a great company that we've all heard of, Dish Network, and Dish Network's got a little bit of a problem because they were going to invest into 5G and all this stuff and all this different data cabling, and it looks like Dish may go bankrupt, is what he told me. So the problem that we're seeing right now is that you need to get by with less. His company, they're laying off people left and right, and they have to have the mentality to get by with less right now. And, you know, we talked about this. This is something that people don't want to deal with because, you know, selling less, okay? Hey, we're going to sell 50% of what we sold before. How do we make money selling, you know, 50% less than what we sold in previous years? Can we do that, or are we going to go out of business? And you know, had to lay people off. He had to do that, and it was awful, and it was awful for him, and we discussed that. But this is where it's at right now, guys, with business right now. You can sit there and you can believe these inflation numbers, that it's not that bad. It's horrible, guys. But what's also happening is you have people not spending money right now that they used to spend. It's that simple. And when you have somebody that's not doing data cabling, guys, understand this. The internet is everywhere. Data cabling is everywhere. It's not like it's just an improvement. This is for everything. So all new construction is off dramatically. Now you can sit there and say, oh, his company sucks, Dan. It's terrible. They don't know what they're doing. No, this is the industry wide where they're at. So anything that they can get above 50%, wow, look what we won, okay? But how do you make money on less? And we talked about that. We talked about the strategy for that. And you need to get by on less right now. You need to understand right now that you need to run your whole life, whether it's you or your entire team with your company or your family, you and your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, how you can get by with less right now. That's what the game plan's got to be right now. And you have to understand the severity of where we're at right now, because they're going to continue to tell you stories about how great everything is. Don't worry, it's all good. It's all good. Not to worry. It's not good, guys. It's just not. And this is the perfect example of when you see a company like this that's off this much, and all the building is off right now, and all the major remodels and major improvements are off, this is serious. Let's talk about our sponsor, Private Internet Access VPN. When each and every one of us go online, we are at risk that the bad guys can get access to our data. Think of all the apps that you use. Think of all the websites that you would go to. Think of your medical portal that you log into, your bank, your pension, your brokerage account. You would want to protect yourself to make sure that nobody can see keystrokes and get access to your personal data. The best thing that you can do is a VPN. Private internet access is very inexpensive. It's been #1 rated by many different sources. It was the iAllegedly product of the year last year. And not only am I a spokesman for them, but I've been using this product long before they were ever a sponsor on the channel. Think about this. A VPN gives you a level of encryption, basically a tunnel of protection from your device through the internet to wherever you go. And you need to have this. It's incredibly easy to use, and it costs pennies a day. If you use the link below, you will save 83% off the regular price, but you have to look at this. You wouldn't share your history with anybody. You wouldn't want your, wife, your business partner, the police, the government to know where you've been. Why wouldn't you protect yourself and get a VPN today? It's incredibly inexpensive. I want to take a second and show you how simple it is to use. Watch how simple this is. Click one button and I'm protected. See the green? That's all it takes. I'm protected when I go online. You need to get this right away. See how simple that is to use? One button and it's turned on. Save 83% today by using the link below. But also I want to tell you guys one other thing you can use the VPN for. I was at the baseball game the other night and my buddy was showing me how, I just can't get the local baseball games because they're blocked out, because they're local. I said, log into my phone. Logged into my phone, turned on my VPN, and I switched my location to Houston, Texas. And guess what, guys? We could watch the baseball game live right there. So sports, changing your location, it's absolutely amazing. You need to get private internet access today. Sign up for it today. Save 83%. Again, iAllegedly product of the year. Use the link below. Now, for those of you that have been around the channel for a while, you guys know that in my past life, I ran medical conferences and startup conferences and help people get technology forward, help them raise money, help them get sales teams, help them put their products together, get manufacturing, get regulatory issues solved. I did all of that stuff. Here's something that's absolutely fascinating right now. Our medical system is completely broken. And again, getting by with less. You guys have to look at this right now because think about this stat, and the story is below. There's a news source that I read every day called Med City News. They put on events and they were basically a competitor of mine, but they were a good source of information. Somebody sent me this story and says, have you seen this one yet? And because I'm not in touch with this every day, this one was disturbing. 30% of all rural hospitals, okay, are going to close. 30%. They don't have adequate funding. There are only 5 states in the union that don't have a rural, hospital. Connecticut, Rhode Island are a couple. Here in California, we have, you can leave town and you can get yourself to these desolate areas and they have hospitals in the middle of nowhere. But these places do not have the money to survive right now. They're not getting paid from the private insurance companies. They are in real trouble. So 30% of them are going to close. And what's going to happen? It's going to affect the poorest people. It's going to affect the elderly because they're not going to be able to get adequate health care. And the reason for this is that with everything that's going on with the insurance companies right now, they're not paying back and getting reimbursed for medical coverage right now. So Medicare, Medicaid, that's everybody's go-to plan right now when it comes to medical, but it's not enough, guys, right now. It doesn't pay enough. And, the business of a cabling company, the business of a hospital, you need to make sure that there's adequate coverage to pay the bills. And right now, this is completely upside down. Now think about this, 40%, there's a small percentage, another 16% that they say are going to close 40% of their hospitals. And a lot of these places are imminently going to close. So you're going to see this medical coverage get changed completely right now and not get paid right now. That's what's happening right now. So, you know, is it bad management? No, it's the insurance companies doing the same thing with the hurricane damage, with the fire damage here. What about the Hawaii fire damage right now that we're witnessing right now? And why is that not on the news 24/7 right now? I'm having to get personal photos sent from people that are traveling there, or people that have friends and family members that own restaurants there and things like that. That's what we're experiencing. So these hospitals are not getting paid right now. And you're going to see more and more of this. There's a huge report that was done, and I used to live this life. I would read about this, we'd be talking about this, I'd be writing about this, I'd be posting on LinkedIn about it. But right now, this is where it's at. And everything that we have in our lives right now, guys, is upside down, and it is behind right now. You have to figure out a way to run your household with less. Get rid of what you don't need. So many clients right now that I have turned their receivables around because I have shown them how to get paid from people. They're all grateful, every single one of them, because they know that these people would stiff them and not pay them given the opportunity, because they've only got so much in the pot, and they're stiffing people left and right. This is happening with insurance companies to the smaller hospitals. It's terrible, guys. It's awful for so many reasons. Now, people are getting denied medical services. People are getting denied surgeries. People are getting denied medications because they're not getting covered by these insurance companies. It's awful. I lived this, guys, for years of my life with my late girlfriend and her cancer. And, you know, you have to have, you know, she was a lawyer, so it was a little different because she knew how to fight, but you have to fight for yourself. And these poor people that are in these communities, you're going to see this go down. And again, this is the beginning of you being told that everything's good, but then let's take Marge to the hospital and it's going to be closed soon. Please understand that. That's going to happen before your very eyes. Read the story below because it's great. It's so good and so detailed, and it explains it brilliantly. But this is the beginning of the end when you don't have hospital coverage everywhere, okay? And you can sit there and say, oh, businesses go out of business and it's attrition, Dan, and it's the ebb and flow of life. I get people that write me that way. That's insane. That's insane. We have to take care of our citizenry. We have to have people healthy right now, or it's going to be chaos. But you also have to be able to have a doctor want to prescribe something to you that's going to be covered. Well, they're just not going to pay for it. Well, pass, get other insurance. You're going to see more people sue these insurance companies because Marge is dead, and that's going to happen. So mark my words on this stuff, guys, but read this article. This one's important, but remember, get by on less right now. Don't get anything that you don't need right now. Everything is about to go on sale, and I mean it, whatever you want to buy. And again, my same friend talking about houses, showing stuff in his neighborhood, and, you know, Drayton Nay, my buddy who does the real estate wholesale, and his method of buying things like that, man, oh man, oh man, get yourself ready for this. Save money, get rid of what you don't need in your life. It's really important that you do that right now, because what's going to happen is we're going to have musical chairs and they're going to stop. Guys like me, I'm ready, okay? I'm ready. Dan, you know, I noticed you've been talking about this for a year and a half now. It's getting worse, guys. Houses are dropping like flies. The amount here in Southern California, it's funny. This walk I've done a bunch of times. It's beautiful. There are 5 more houses for sale right now than there were last time I was here. I counted. There's 4 houses for lease that were originally for sale, and now they're for lease. Isn't that interesting? So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Let me know what you think about this. But I'm telling you guys, don't let a doctor not prescribe something to you because he's not worried that it's not going to get paid for. I know someone that works for a medical group right now, and she's disgusted by all the extra tests that they're ordering that are not necessary. And there's a place in hell for those people. And I'll talk about them someday when she doesn't work there, but you have to protect yourself right now. And you have to make sure that your loved ones are getting the proper medical care, because they will deny them this because I don't think we're going to get paid for that. Okay? So get ready. Share your thoughts on this one. Let me know what you think about all this. Well, the hits just keep on coming for Wells Fargo Bank. They just got fined again. There's fines that are over $2.5 billion for Wells Fargo Bank, BNP Bank, and other banks right now that used WhatsApp. WhatsApp is an app that allows you to communicate worldwide with people and not pay for it. You can basically send text messages and call people, and it's basically free. Okay, but guess what? It's not encrypted. So Wells Fargo just got a massive fine. Look, we got corn on the beach, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Corn on the beach, guys. Okay. So, squirrel. Anyways, so good old BNP, good old Wells Fargo, $2.5 billion in fines, but your data is not protected. Your personal information is not protected. Another great story about the medical industry right now. People, you never any good news, Dan. Here's good news for you. You can become a nurse practitioner for free in Pennsylvania. They have free programs where it's debt-free. Debt-free. You can become a nurse practitioner because they need so many nurses. Now, I don't care where you live. Think about this. There are programs out there for everything right there. There are grant programs to fix your house, to pay for your medical, to pay your rent, to pay your cell phone bill, pay your electric bill. And there's also programs like this where you can get an education for free. Oh, that's only for other people, Dan. It's not for me. No, read the article below. You know somebody that's in Pennsylvania and they want to become a nurse practitioner? Pays really well too. And then you can go move wherever you want, live wherever you want. So you can do that. Isn't that crazy? So, speaking of cyber attacks, did you guys hear about Prospect Medical? They run medical hospitals in several different states, and they had a hack, and their personal data of patients, the doctors, the insurance companies, payments, everything was taken and absconded by hackers. And John Regis, who runs, he runs IT for the American Medical Associations in the IT department, was talking about this will take weeks to get fixed. Weeks to get fixed. And again, guys, protect yourself. Look at the VPN below because it solves problems like this. Now, the cyber attack like this from the hospital, they're not going to have a VPN. It's just stupid. But lesson learned, guys. Lesson learned. So protect yourself, guys. And also, think about this. Talk to your bank and find out how they're communicating. Who are you sharing my information with? I'm getting daily I'm getting notifications on people's terms and conditions from the different banks. And it is crazy right now because it's not getting better. They're not loosening this. They're telling people you do not have access to your bank until you agree to these terms. Well, I just want to talk to you. People are calling the bank and the bank is saying, sorry, you don't have access to it until you agree to those terms. We won't even talk to you about this. Do you have the app with you? Log into the app right now. And they're making people do that and agree to it. Bank of America, for example, is doing that with people. Log in right now. Do you have the phone with you? What's the last 4 digits? Send you a code, okay? It's ridiculous, guys. I guarantee in those 105 pages that they change the terms and conditions. So get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Certain things in business are not going to be the same. You have to look at that. WeWork is like a Regis, but it's a hipper, cooler place. Adam Newman was the CEO of this company, and they eventually ousted him because of his shenanigans and everything that guy did. But there's a great story below talking about WeWork, and what it is you go and you rent basically open space, or you rent an office, and it's basically a communal workspace, which it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for me because, hey, what are you working on, Dan? how's it going today? Can you talk? You want to have coffee? No, go away. I want to get some work done. Doesn't work for me. Okay? That's why the headphones are on, dude. I'm not talking to you. Oh, okay. Can I have a beer? They would have alcohol. They would let you socialize and hang out. There'd be beanbag chairs. It was just free love. Okay? Great, you know? But there's a doubt that the company's going to financially survive what is about to happen because it doesn't look like they're going to have enough money. This place raised billions of dollars and it's not going to make it. We're all familiar with Regis. My late girlfriend had an office at Regis at one point. It was great. She could go to different Regis offices and teach students and do things like that. And, it was really convenient. But time has come. People can't afford the office. People can't afford a premium place like WeWork. It's not inexpensive. It's very expensive. Now, two things. They're trying to tell us that inflation is cooling right now. Okay. Good luck with that, guys. Everybody out there that buys anything, that has bought fuel, that buys food, that pays for their kids' sports programs, your insurance, your house payment, anything, has seen things go through the roof right now. If we use the method that they used 20 years ago to figure inflation, it'd be at 15, 16% right now. Huh. Well, we don't do that anymore, Dan. Things have changed. Okay. ESPN looks like they're going to get into the sports gambling business. And they're going to buy Penn International, the gaming company. And the one thing that's interesting is they're going to spin off, Dave Portnoy's company and give it back to him. And the fascinating thing about this is that Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports, they're going to spin that company off. And the thing about this is that the deal is if Dave gets to buy the company back, that he can't get into sports gaming. And that guy's a degenerate gambler. So it'll be interesting to see if he agrees to that or not. So again, a lot of people have said that gambling will save sports. And I have a cousin that wrote a book, and he did a lot of things about baseball and how the average age of a baseball fan is now through the roof, and we're 150 years old, and it's changing right now. So it'll be interesting to see how this comes out and how it changes. How much does a UPS driver make? I was floored by this one. There's a great article below talking about how they make 170 grand a year with the new deal that they just worked out. 170 grand a year. Man, oh man, I would sweat and do that. Drive around and deliver packages and flirt with different people in offices and stuff like that. That's what I think the UPS guy does all day. But anyways, that's just me. Plus, we're number one, guys. Just want to let you know that we did it. We hit number one. We're in debt more than we've ever been in our entire lives. That the news is just in that we added $46 billion more in the last quarter to our credit card debt, and we're officially over $1 trillion in credit card debt. Bravo to you guys. That's great. Congratulations. Again, do without, guys. What do you not need? I don't have any credit card debt. There's zero credit card debt. If I use a credit card, I use them all the time. And you know what I do? I'll make 3 or 4 payments in a month and pay it off and get my bonus and things like that. Yeah, a friend of mine has his business and he's got a Chase card and he does everything on his credit card. And he says, Dan, I've never paid for gas. I haven't paid for gas once in the last 5 years. How do you do that? And he drives all over the place. He drives probably 45, 50,000 miles a year because they do everything on their Chase card and they get paid with gas cards. And I've seen it. They send them this sheet of gas cards. Each one's good for $50. Uses it till it runs out, throws it away. But that's how they get their money back from Chase. Isn't that wild? So, we're going to start sharing some different discounts and different things like that on the site. And I want to know what you guys think of what a good thing is. But, what is a good premium that people would want? Free gas? That's a great one, man. Oh, man, oh, man. That's a good one. Let me know. A lot of cyber attack stories right now. And there was one that hit a really large group of people, 3.5 million people in Oregon and Louisiana. And this was all through the DMV, no less, where people logged into the DMV and had their data stolen. Think of what's at the DMV, guys: your home address, your personal information, your height, your weight, you know, everything, driver's license number, all that stuff. Well, 3.5 million people lost that. So again, log into everything with a VPN, guys. That's all I got to say. Okay, look at private internet access, look at it below, but read that story below, because guys, I'm one of these people that I just think that everybody's out there, and I'm constantly looking at this, so you should too. I'm going to finish this video with these last couple stories. And the first one is Cadillac. Cadillac has got a new electric Escalade coming out called the Cadillac IQ, Escalade IQ, pardon me. It will get you probably 130 miles, but it's $130,000 base price before you get the premium battery in it. Ooh, gosh, that sounds amazing, okay? I live in Orange County, California, and every now and then I go to Vegas, especially on business lately. So, I can drive in 3.5, 4 hours. Only problem is with your Cadillac Escalade IQ, you'd need to stop at either Barstow or Eddie World and hang out for an hour or two and recharge. Okay, good luck with that. Final story. This isn't really a business story, but it just blew me away that multiple people sent me this one. Peggy Jones was mowing her lawn in Texas, and a hawk flew over, and the hawk decided to drop her a present, and the hawk dropped her a snake right on her, and it landed like a bullseye right on her arm, and the snake started to bite her arm. Now then the hawk went back for its dinner and started to attack Peggy as well. Peggy, there's a great story below, but man, oh man, did she feel the wrath of the hawk and the snake. So kind of crazy. Dan, why are you telling us this? Because it's just unbelievable. Okay, so needless to say, hawk threw the snake, got mad. The hawk got mad at Peggy as well. Okay, onward and upward, guys. See, the hawk needs to learn to get by with less. Okay, and just move on. Anyways, onward and upward, guys. I'll see you guys very soon. hello@iallegedly.com is the email address, and I will see you guys very soon.